Now, let's discuss explicit functions and implicit functions. So, if y being the dependent variable, sorry, sometimes the pen acts a bit weirdly, but y being the dependent variable here, if y is easily expressed in terms of the independent variable x, then y is called the explicit function of x. Like here, see this example here? The y variable is clearly expressed in terms of the independent variable as a function of the independent variable x, right? This is the function of the independent variable x, and it is completely separated from the dependent variable y, right? So honestly, that makes things quite easy for everyone. Explicit functions are just beautiful. That like just make things a lot easier, and in many cases you'll have to convert a function into this form, right? So for example, if you had, say, a function, and let's say that's 2xy plus 4y is equal to 1. This right now looks a bit weird, but this is, in this case, y is an explicit function of x as well, because you can just take y common here, right? 2x plus 4 is equal to 1, and then take this to the denominator, in which case it becomes y is equal to 1 over 2x plus 4. Oops, sorry, 4, right? And look at this example here. Again, y is clearly separated from the independent of variable x, and so this is also an explicit function of x. And symbolically, it can be written down like this, right? Like I said, y expressed as a function of x. Now, an implicit function makes things a bit more difficult, honestly. So, if x and y are so mixed up that y cannot be expressed in terms of the independent variable x, basically you cannot write y clearly as a function of x, then y is called an implicit function of x, right? See this example here. Are you able to separate y from this? Because look at this. At the max, what can you do? You'll first of all take this x square to the right hand side, okay? So that becomes xy plus y square is equal to 2 minus x square. Fine, but what will you do now? If you take y common on this left hand side, you'll still be left with an extra y term here in the y square term, right? So at the max, what can you do? You can just take one y common here. That'll become x plus y is equal to 2 minus x squared. Now both this term has a y and this term also has a y. So you cannot take this x term here separately, and hence you're stuck. And this is an implicit function of x. Same is the case here. You'll try very hard, but you cannot separate y from x completely on one side of the equation. So these two are implicit functions of x and y. And since they cannot be represented like this is how you will represent it. Symbolically, you write it down as a function of x and y, and that will be equal to something. So this is an implicit function of x.